What's good, guys? It's Effect and welcome back to another video on Apex Legends. A little bit different though. This time we're going through the perks that were added into the game for each legend, starting from A all the way down to W. I'd say Z, but Wraith would be the last person. We were saving the sweatiest one for last. I don't usually do this, but it was requested, so here we are. I should also mention I can't really showcase every single one in the training. Unfortunately, some of them just don't work. Like I can't get knockdowns on bots. Any ability that requires a knockdown, requires a res, I can't do any of those. The ones where they ping enemies after squad wipes, I can't do any of those. So I'll do the physical perks and I'll do my best to explain every other. I'm gonna get right into this video. I'll leave timestamps for every single legend. So we'll start here with Ash. At her level 2, we have Murder Machine and we have 1 minute to live. Murder Machine, all it does is calls out any squad that's in a 150-meter radius after you get a squad wipe. It'll ping them around you on the map. Then you got 1 minute to live. This builds onto her passive that she has, that when she finds a death box, she can track the location of the enemy and where they last were. Now with this one, it'll reveal them for a full 60 seconds. They're both good support perks. For her level 3 perks, you got Greedy Snare and Twin Snares. So Twin Snares is very simple. Basically, you just get an extra Twin Snare right here, obviously. You only got one of these. You use it, then you gotta wait for it to reset. With Twin Snares, you get 2. Simple as that. But Greedy Snare allows a snare to be active for 24 seconds, and it can catch more than one person. So watch here, I got all the dummies near each other. Every single one of them is caught in that snare. As well as it's up for a much longer time. I'd say her level 2 perks are pretty good support perks, and then her level 3, they're good ways to add on to her already decent tactical. Now on to Ballistic. Ballistic's level 2 perks, I wouldn't say they're that great, but here they are. They're care package insight, so you can see the inside of care packages, but we already have a skirmisher class that can also do that. So again, I don't really think there's too much to go off on that one. Whatever, meh. And then ammo vision. See the ammo types that you have in death boxes. Again, I already have skirmishers you can see in the care package, and I have Loba. Loba can just ult for me if I need my ammo, right? Then we have the level 3 perks. So extra bullet or lasting bullet. Very self-explanatory. Quite literally, you either gain an extra bullet in your smart charge, so you get 1 more rather than, again, just like Ash, you only have 1. You have 2 now instead. And all lasting bullet does is it triples the duration that it lasts on individuals. So here's after applying perk. On him for quite some time and it's still going. So that one's not too bad at all. His level 2 perks are pretty useless in my opinion, but level 3 perks much better, add on to his tactical nicely. Now we're on to Bangalore. Bangalore's level 2 perks, it starts off with Big Bang and ultimate cooldown. Ultimate cooldown is basically in the name. It reduces the amount of time it takes for your ultimate to cooldown. So in this case, it reduces the cooldown by 60 seconds. And in terms of Bangalore ults, that's actually pretty good. Her and Gibby are the few legends that actually have an ult that has a massive AoE. Having a reduced 60 seconds on the ultimate cooldown with no nerf in place. And then Big Bang, nothing crazy. You can see ordnance through walls and on death boxes. So I guess if you're really looking for grenades and thermites and arc stars, like that's a great perk for Fuse. But for Bangalore, it's kind of meh, whatever. Now level 3 is where I really like it for Bangalore. She either has Cover Me or Refuge. Cover Me, it auto pings enemies who trigger double times. If someone's shooting at me, it'll auto ping them for me. Pings it for me. A pretty good perk to have. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible at all. And then we have Refuge, which in my opinion is her best perk. Refuge, it regenerates any HP that you lost if you're sitting inside your own smoke down to half health, so pop that bitch. Doesn't matter where I'm in the smoke, as long as I'm in the smoke, I'm gaining HP. I think this is a great perk for her. Here with Bloodhound now, his level 2 shield perks, they start with tactical cooldown and a Raven's Blessing. Again, tactical cooldown, just a cooldown by 5 seconds on his scan. It's nothing crazy, but it's there. Then Raven's Blessings, and if anyone who hasn't played Bloodhound before, he has these white ravens that you'll see around the map. I'm not sure why I don't see any now. I'm not too sure why there are no ravens here. Last time I was in training with Bloodhound, I did see the ravens, but basically there are ravens around the map that you can go to. They're pinged for you and marked for you. You go to them. Now when you grab them, they'll give you a 25% ult charge. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. In my opinion, level 2 perks for Bloodhound are very meh. Moving on to his level 3 perks, we have Taste of Blood and Odin's Glare. So Taste of Blood, it just gains 25 HP on any knockdown while your ultimate is active. I can't showcase that here, unfortunately, because, well, you can't knock down the dummies. They don't get knocked down. They just die, and that does not work, so you can't showcase it here, unfortunately. Then you got Odin's Glare, which it doubles the duration of his scans from his tactical. So here's his tactical without it. Then with Odin's Glare, It lasts as long as the ping lasts. Now we're here with Catalyst. Her level 2 perks go as Sister Spikes and Long Cast. So Sister Spikes, it allows you to have more than 2 spikes active. It allows you to have 1 more. It allows you to have more spikes active at the same time. So originally, you only have 1, but now with this perk activated, I can put 1 more down. Then next you have Long Cast for the other level 2 perk, and it increases your spike throw range. So it increases your tactical range by 40%. So let's throw it like this. So I can reach just behind that dummy right there. Now with the perk activated, a solid amount farther. Honestly, if that wasn't there, I would be able to hit him. Then for her level 3 perks, you got Resilient Veil and Long. And Resilient Veil increases how long it lasts by 5 seconds. Only 5 seconds. I don't really think it makes too much of a difference. But then there's Long Veil, and that increases the ultimate length by 15 meters. And I think that's a great one. Starting from right here, so without the perk, just reaches the edge of this rock here. With the perk on, right past this, touching this rock. So it's a solid amount farther than it was without it. I think that's a great perk for her ultimate, and I think it's a great perk for her character. It's definitely going to help when it comes down to rotations. Now on to my main, Caustic. I absolutely love this guy, and I think his perks are fucking great, and that's not just me being biased. Starting at level 2, Parabolic Force or Particle Diffuser. Now Parabolic Force, it increases the throw range of my gas traps by 75%. Without the perk, with the perk. While it's cool, I don't really see any reason for me to have to throw that far as a Caustic main. Other level 2 perk is Particle Diffuser, and what that does is increases his AoE of his ultimate by 50%. 50 fucking percent. That is crazy. So here it is without the perk. Just by itself, it already covers a large portion of the ground. Now, with the perk activated, look at that. Reaches the end there. This is one of my favorite level 2 perks, obviously because I play the guy. Increasing the AoE of his ultimate and just a level 2 perk. I genuinely believe that that's going to be nerfed. There's no way it's going to get through the entire season without being touched at all. But moving on to his level 3 perks, which I am personally excited for. Residual Toxins, or Breathe It In. Residual Toxins, it allows for Nox Vision to last longer. And what Nox Vision is highlight that a Caustic player will get when someone's in their gas. Even after it's gone, it still lasts quite some time. Now, what I'm excited for is Breathe It In. And just like Bangalore's healing inside her smoke, Caustic can heal his HP from inside of his gas. Pairing this with Particle Diffuser, increasing my AoE by half, then putting in Breathe It In, it seriously adds in a big buff for Caustic that I do not believe will make it till the end of the season. So now with the Breathe It In, I have all this area I can go around and I will still get healed. I don't think it's as fast as the Bangalore healing, but healing nonetheless. On the Conduit now, for her level 2 perks, you have Battery Collection as well as Bigger Jam. For Battery Collection, sure, yeah, it helps you find batteries and stuff easier. It's never usually too much of an issue. Find batteries on your own. I think it's a bit of a wasted perk slot, but we move. You got Bigger Jammer, which increases the damage radius for her ultimate bubbles by 10%. So as you can see, he is not getting hit by that at all. He's out of the damage range just barely. Then putting as close as I can to where it was before. Very slightly increased, but just enough to hit him. So not a terrible perk, but not the best. Like I said, I think her other perk slot for level 2 is wasted by giving her the ability to see batteries. Now moving on to her level 3 perks. These ones are not that bad at all. Split Charge, I think, is her best level 3 perk. It makes you have an extra tactical charge for shielding someone. So I can't demonstrate on anyone else but myself. 1, 2. So I got 2 of them. The nerf they added on for this though was the fact that they cut the amount of time it's on you by half, but they gave you 2. Second one is Radiant Transfer. It increases your range of your tactical by 10 meters. Again, I can't demonstrate it here, unfortunately. I don't have anyone to use it on, but you get the gist of it. If I could put someone from here, now I can go all the way back here and still put it on. Right, on the crypto, we have for his level 2 perks, just very simple things, 2 cooldown perks. You got cooldown to tactical by 10 seconds or cooldown to his ultimate by 30. I personally don't think that he should have both perks be cooldowns. I think that's a little useless. Kind of sucks a bit compared to what we have for Bangalore, what we have for Caustic, what we have for Conduit even. Moving on to his level 3 perks, we got network expansion and network traffic. Now, network traffic, whenever you deploy his drone, it'll ping any squads in the area. I can't show you here because these guys technically aren't squads, they're just dummies. I tried it before, it doesn't show. Then we got network expansion. And in my opinion, I think this is a good level 3 perk. It increases the range of his scan and his EMP by 25%. So Crypto's drone can only scan someone within 30-meter range. Now it's increased by 25. 38 meters from targets, and I can still scan. The limit here seems to be just about 40. Not terrible at all. It's a very good support perk. Here's the ultimate without the perk. As you can see, decent AoE. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Just barely clipped that one right there, but that's a pretty good AoE. And so now with the perk activated, much bigger. Actually can almost reach that one. Like I said, his level 2 perks are whatever, man, just cooldowns. But level 3 perk, increasing the area of effect for both his tactical and his ultimate, I think is a great add-on. On Diffuse, for his level 2 perks, we have Scar Tissue and Big Bang. Starting with Big Bang, it's nothing crazy. It's the same one that Bangalore has, where she can see ordnance through walls and throwables through walls. Like I said, not a very good perk for Bangalore, but a good perk for Fuse, obviously, because his character is built around throwables, nades, all that shit. So I think good perk for Fuse. Little demo here. You can just see it. It's not too highlighted, but it's there. Then you have Scar Tissue, which I think is a good perk. As someone who also plays a lot of Fuse, being able to throw your ultimate on yourself or close by to you when someone's pushing you is a great thing to have. Now that we have Scar Tissue, it's much easier. So what it does is it reduces the amount of damage you take from your ultimate by 50%, and you just don't get slowed at all. Like, there's no slow effect. Before, you get slowed if you're in your own ultimate, but now you don't at all. So here I'll show both with and without it. Boom. Slowed, obviously, and it's doing decent damage to my shield. Got much less damage from the fire and no slow whatsoever. I think this can be great to help Fuse players get out of situations when something's up close. Ult on themselves, everyone else slowed, getting damaged, and there's me running around with no slow, minimal damage. Fucking love it. Moving on to level 3 perks, you got Reckless and you got Knuckle Hustler. Reckless, you take 25% less damage from explosives, so I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great. Then you have Knuckle Hustler, which gives you a Bangalore-like speed boost every time you hit someone with a knuckle cluster. So just like Bangalore, when someone shoots at her, she gets a speed boost. Every time someone gets dinged by my knuckle cluster, which is my tactical, I get a speed boost. See, every time they get hit, I get that speed boost. Now on the Gibby, got his first level 2 perks is Fresh Start and Shots. Fresh Start, every time you revive an ally, they come back with 50 HP. Then you got Shots, which automatically reloads any shotgun when you knock an opponent. Unfortunately, I cannot show any of these perks since it's in training mode and I have no allies in the training mode with me. Anyone who knows Gibby players knows that shotguns are their thing, like next to Mad Maggie. Popping in and out of dome, knocking someone with a shotgun, automatic reload, don't have to worry about having a gold shotgun. Well, fucking great. Level 3 perks are Baby Bubble and Bubble Bunker. Start with Bubble Bunker. It increases his tactical lifetime by 4 seconds. Only 4 seconds. I don't really think it'll make too much of a difference. But now on to his Baby Bubble, it decreases the size of his dome, but also reduces the cooldown by 25%. So you can throw more often, but it's much smaller. Without the perk activated. Obviously, we all know the Gibby Dome can fit 2 full squads in here. And now with the perk activated, much smaller. But I don't really think it's too big of a deal when it's smaller if it's only 1 squad going under it. On to Horizon, and I know a lot of Horizon players are not going to be happy with perks, because if I'm being honest, they're pretty fucking useless. Both level 2 and level 3 perks are not that good. I understand why they made them not good, because she's already a great pick, but at that point I wouldn't even give her perks to begin with. So here we have level 2, it's Big Bang or Battery Collection. You see how many batteries are in death boxes? Or you can see grenades and throwables through walls, as well as death boxes. You already know my feelings on these two. I don't think they're good perks, no matter who you put them with. Really, Big Bang is only good for Fuse. Battery Collection, I think that's a useless one as well. On to level 3, quite literally just cooldowns. That's it. Ultimate cooldown, tactical cooldown. I understand why they couldn't give her any good perks, because she's a great pick. She's a strong character, but wow, I would be pulling my fucking hair out if I was a Horizon main. We have Lifeline. So for her level 2 perks, you have Rapid Response and a Tactical cooldown. Obviously, the tactical cooldown is quite literally just a cooldown for attack by 10 seconds. Rapid response, it increases her revive speed by 20%, and I can't demonstrate that unfortunately, but you get the gist of it. Then on to level 3, you got Last Stand and Gift Wrap. Last Stand, it gives her a self-revive. Like, that's basically it. No matter what she has on, it gives her a self-revive. I think that's a great fucking perk. And then for Gift Wrap, it's just a change for her ultimate. So her regular ultimate, obviously, we all know, it is a Lifeline care package. It's just healables, maybe a better shield, right? So nothing crazy. It's a good support care package, but nothing more at all. And then with Gift Wrap, you got an actual supply bin. So there's a possibility of a red gun in here, right? Red wingman, got a gold attachment, and then some sort of support item like a Evo Cache. Pretty good all around. I think I would prefer to self-revive, but I wouldn't blame you if you also picked the supply drop. Now on to Loba. Level 2, market expansion and high value. Market expansion, it just increases the range of her black market by 25%. Then at level 2, you also have high value, which increases the height her tactical can be thrown, as well as the range. I'll do a demonstration without the perk activated. So I make it just past the stairs. Now with the perk, a solid amount farther than where I landed before. I landed just around here, in between the 2 doors now instead. Good level 2 perk for her. Not crazy, definitely solid perks for anyone who plays Loba. Then moving on to her level 3 perks, you have Tactical Cooldown, which decreases the amount of time it takes for her to come back by 5 seconds. Then you got Shopping Spree, so without it, she can only take 2 items. With it activated, she can take a full 3. Again, it's good perks for Loba. I think those are good perks just for Loba and herself. Not the only one that really helps the team would be a 25% increase in range, but everything else is very much helpful to Loba. On to Mad Maggie. Mad Maggie, I believe, is going to be at least a top 3 character for this season. The change she has her ultimate, which allows the ball she throws out to not explode once, but now twice. Hit. Then if it could hit someone else, boom, twice. Great fucking change to Mad Maggie. Definitely makes her stronger by a decent margin. So starting at her level 2 perks, you got Shots, and Fireball. Just like Gibby's Shots, every time you down someone, it reloads her shotgun. For someone whose character is based around shotguns, it's a very good perk. Then you have Fireball, and Fireball engulfs her ultimate ball in flames. After it explodes, it leaves a trail of thermite fire on the ground. So here it is now. Right on fire. And 2 trails of thermite. Moving on to level 3, you have Drill Slinger and you got Big Drill. So starting a Drill Slinger, you gain a tactical charge, but it reduces how long it's on by 25%. So here I got 1, boom, 2. Obviously how long it's on now is reduced. That was much shorter than usual. Then moving on, you have Big Drill, and this one is my preferred pick if I was to play as Mad Maggie in a match. The depth and width of the drill increased by half, so that's a full 50%. Without it, so of course, reaches just past that line right there. Stand by, you're not gonna get hit still. Then with it, just walking by, I get hit. Look at that. Significant amount past the line. Can't go near it without getting hit. On to Mirage. So for Mirage level 2 perks, I think they are pretty good perks. I think they're some of the best ones in the game as well. You got Miracle Worker, which allows you to revive allies and give them the ability of health regeneration, but only up to 75 HP. Then you have More of Me, which you gain an ultimate decoy, as well as reducing the cooldown by 30 seconds. Obviously, we all know. Boom. You got 5 decoys. Now you got 6, including yourself, and the cooldown is reduced, so neither of the perk picks for level 2 can go wrong for you. Then you're moving on to level 3, so he has Me Too or Bamboozle bonus. So Me Too, he gains a tactical charge, and he can have both at the same time. I can now have 2, and I can control both at the same time. And then you got Bamboozle bonus. So with Bamboozle bonus, whenever someone shoots one of your Mirages, and they get bamboozled successfully, your tactical refreshes. Okay, so I just tried to demonstrate it, but I can't because it's firing range, and I'm limited as fuck. You get the idea though. If they shoot this, they get bamboozled. I get their ping. I get my tactical back instantly. On the Newcastle. For Newcastle, you got Thick Shield and Swift Shield at level 2. Thick Shield just increases the amount of health that his mobile shield has up to 250 HP. Good support perk right there. That's about it. Then Swift Shield, it increases his speed of his shield. So without it, here it is regular. So I want to move up here. If I would run, I would run right through it. I would have to walk just to make sure I stood behind it. Now, with the perk, let's say I ping all the way down here, I have to run to keep up with it. Much faster. It can keep up with me while I'm running. Don't have to worry too much about getting ahead of it, obviously a little bit, but it almost matches my sprint speed. At level 3, Miracle Worker and Stronghold. Miracle Worker, allies are revived. Just like Mirage, you revive someone, they are given like the Octane health regen ability up to 75 HP. I can't demonstrate it, unfortunately. Good perk for him, just like it was for Mirage. And then you got Stronghold, so his ultimate, its health is increased by 250 HP, and it extends how long barrier is energized. If no one's seen the ultimate before, you just don't remember, here it is. So let's launch it right here. Boom. Health is increased by 250 HP and it stays energized much longer. So anyone touches it, they get slowed, they get damaged. Kind of like a crypto alt, but on the lesser scale. So duration by 2 full minutes as well. On to Octane now. For his level 2 perks, you got Thick Skin, you got Reckless. Thick Skin, it decreases the amount of damage he takes from using his stim by 25%. Without Thick Skin, that's a one full shield charge equivalent of health. With Thick Skin, just slightly less of one. It's only 25%, but that 25% will count. I know people who play Octane, they were very annoyed about the amount of damage increase that stims were given. Then you also got Reckless, which just take 25% less damage from explosives. Again, not too crazy. It matches the character's lore. If you don't know anything about the lore, basically blew his fucking legs off trying to be faster, some type of shit like that. After that, at level 3, you got Airborne Agility and Mad Hops. So Airborne Agility, it allows you to change directions with the launch pad double jump. It makes it much easier. Say I want to go this way. Not terrible at all. Definitely not terrible, but a bit slow, a bit sluggish. And then with it, it's not too big of a difference, but it's definitely a difference there. I don't think this one will be picked too much because the other one, Mad Hops, is where you gain an extra launch pad charge. Here you got 1 and 2. Honestly, I like this one a lot more. I think it's going to be very helpful for teams all around just trying to escape. Even when you get dropped in solo, because Apex loves to do that bullshit. It'll help you get away. Moving on to Pathfinder, who we all know has been nerfed into the fucking ground almost every update you get. People who disagree, they just do not pay attention. But Pathfinder, I don't know what the devs have against Pathfinder. Every single time there's a chance to make him better, he gets fucking nerfed into the ground. And his perks do not help at all. Level 2 perks with Pathfinder, you have gain access to survey beacon or gain access to ring consoles. There was no need to make them both that. No fucking need at all. Absolutely useless level 2 perks in my humble opinion. I do not think those are good perks to have at all when you can have almost guarantee someone on your team will at least have one of them. Ridiculous. Moving on to his level 3 perks, honestly not much better. You got Down and Away and you got Zipline Zen. Down and Away, the grapple cooldown is reset on knockdown. That isn't terrible, but I don't think it's that good either. And then you have Zipline Zen, which your ultimate is now energized, so there's gonna be a thing of electricity around it for a short time and you get 25% less damage while you're on it. So here it is. See, it's energized, and while you're on it, you get 25% less damage. But I really don't think it's worth the perk slot. I'm putting Pathfinder with Horizon in the same category as shit perks. I do not believe these are good perks. It's not even coming from a Pathfinder main. This is coming from a Caustic infused main. They do him dirty. They do Pathfinder dirty. You cannot disagree with that. Don't know what they have against him, but into the fucking ground. Moving on to Rampart. For level 2, we got Ultimate Cooldown and Bandoilers. Ultimate Cooldown reduces cooldown to get shielded by 30 seconds. Or you got Bandoiler, which helps you carry any extra ammo, kind of like a assault character. They have the extra stack they can carry. Rampart has that as well. See, added on 1 more stack to the shotgun, so she can carry now 21 shells instead of the regular 16. On her level 3 perks, she got Ramped Up and Amped Reloads, and this is where I think it's good for Rampart. It's just good perks for Rampart once you get to level 3. So you start with Ramped Up, which improves the handling of mobile Sheila as well as the spin up time. So let's see, without it, honestly, not that slow whatsoever. Spin up time, not very slow at all either. Now with Ramped Up, definitely much better mobility. Spin up time is almost non-fucking existent. Something that's already pretty mobile and there's minimal spin up time. It's a great fucking perk. Moving on to the next perk, you got Amped Reloads. So Amped Reloads increases the reload speed for Sheila she has. And anyone who does not know how long this fucking machine gun takes to reload, I will show you right now. Without the perk, I'm dead. If I'm being pushed, I'm fucking dead. I'm done. There's nothing I can do. Now, obviously, with Amped Reloads, look at that. Beautiful. So much faster. It's not only just for Sheila. It carries over to your regular guns as well. So if you're behind one of your shields, when I'm not behind cover, than when I am. Much faster, much better. I think it's going to make Rampart much harder to deal with, but that's why we have Mad Maggie to counter to everything. Moving on to Revenant. For both of level 2 perks, you got a tactical cooldown, which again, self-explanatory, shaves off 5 seconds, or you got Murder Machine, which is the exact same perk that Ash has, and it calls out the number of squads in 150 meters radius after you get a squad wipe. Once again, I cannot show it unfortunately because dummies are not in squads, so it wouldn't work for me here. Then moving on to level 3, Agile Assassin or Grim Leaper. Nice wordplay there, Respawn. For Agile Assassin, the amount of time it takes for your tactical charge up is reduced by 20%. Okay, it's done. Now with the perk, definitely is a bit faster. It's not too noticeable, but it's there. Then you have Grim Leaper, which refreshes your tactical every time you get a knockdown. Once again, unfortunately, I cannot show it because knockdowns don't happen in this training, but you get the idea of it. Moving on to Seer. For Seer, we have Long View and Racing Hearts at level 2. So for Racing Hearts, it makes so you have faster movement while aiming down sights using your passive Heartseeker. Personally, I don't really notice it too much. This is without it. This is with it. Like I said, I don't really notice it too much. Maybe I'm not using it right, but I don't notice it. Then you have Long View, and Long View increases the Heartseeker and the tactical range by 25 meters. So say I want to hit this guy right here with the tactical. Hit him with the tactical from right here in the shadow. Now, putting on the Long View perk. With the Long View perk on, I can still hit him all the way from 25 meters from that line. 25 meters more, I can hit him. Now, moving on to level 3 perks, we have Focus Scan and Artist Reach. Artist Reach increases the throw of his ultimate by 20 meters, so without it, doesn't even reach the platform. Now, with the perk activated, more than halfway down the platform from here, significantly farther. Then you got Focus Scan, which increases how long someone is scanned for by a tactical by 1.5 seconds. Go without it, and here it is with it. Second and a half, not too much longer, but it's not very short either. It's a good little in between. On to Valkyrie. For her level 2, we have Afterburners and Aerial Expert. Afterburners, you launch 15% higher with Skyward Dive, so the ultimate you go 15% higher without it. So it would be just past that satellite dish. Now with the perk, solid amount past satellite dish. Definitely gonna help with rotations a lot more. Then you got Aerial Expert. Aerial Expert increases your horizontal jetpack speed and acceleration. Speed and acceleration going like left and right, forward, backwards. So without it, right, not too fast, not too slow. It's actually pretty good speed already. Now with it, look at that. Honestly, much faster. That's a really good perk. That's actually a great perk for Valkyrie. I know the Valkyrie mains are happy just off level 2 perks so far, which is fuck yeah. Good for them. Good for you guys. Then moving on to level 3 perks, you got Full Coverage and Fuel Tank. Fuel Tank is kind of self-explanatory, increases the amount of fuel in the jetpack by 25%. Then you got Full Coverage, which modifies the missile pattern. So here we have it here. This is without the perk, 4x3, right? Elongated to the sides instead of up and down. And it's much longer as well. It's a 3x5. Before it was a 4x3, now it's a 3x5. So it has also that one extra row. Moving on to Vantage. Vantage, the first 2 perks, you got Ringmaster and Ultimate Reload. Like I said, Ringmaster, fucking useless. I don't think that's worth the perk. You got Ultimate Reload. What this does is it gives you 2 extra bullets when using Ultimate Accelerants. So off the bat, you got 4 fucking bullets to start with, just from using the ultimate accelerant. And going on to level 3, starting with Bat Bounce, you improved double jump on her tactical bat. Without it, it's not bad. It's actually pretty short, to be honest. Definitely a bit farther, not substantial. Obviously Octane is going to be better, but it is an improvement. Then moving on, you got Sharpshooter. So it refreshes echo relocation every time you hit someone with the ultimate. So unfortunately, I can't demonstrate this because he needs to be shot down for the tactical cooldown to commence, but he can't get shot down because it's fire range. But basically, if he would get shot down, he would go back into cooldown. If I hit someone with my ultimate, then cooldown's gone, he's back instantly. Moving on to Wattson. Starting at level 2 perks, we got Fresh Start and you have Falling Stars. So Fresh Start, you get to revive allies to 50 HP as soon as they're back up. Not like the Mirage one where you use health regen, but like they give you one. As soon as they're back up, 50 HP no matter what. Then you got Falling Stars. So Falling Stars is your ultimate is down and intercepts any sort of throwables, grenade, thermite, arc star. It'll spawn you arc stars on the ground, and pair that with some like fuse. That's a great perk because just free arc stars no matter what. Unfortunately, can't show it. Training dummies, but you get the idea. Then moving on, you got Power Pylon and Split Circuit for level 3. So what Power Pylon does is has the ability to heal 500 worth of shield HP or whatever you want to call it versus its original 250. Then if you get Split Circuit, you can place 2 down without one of them despawning. So here we got 1, then other one right there. But they will both be at half healing capacity since you have 2 of them to put down at once. Not too bad at all. It also gives you the passive that you get to use ultimate accelerants twice as fast. So it makes it a bit easier when it comes to trying to get your ultimates. I saved the absolute sweaty fuckhead for last. You got Wraith. Start off at level 2, you have tactical cooldown. Obviously shaves 5 seconds off the tactical, or 6th sense. So rather than just being warned if someone's aiming at you, you'll also get warned if there are squads approaching at all. You'll also get warned whenever nearby. Moving on to level 3, you have our ultimate cooldown reduced by 60 seconds, or you have fast phase, which I think is going to be the preferred perk for all Wraiths. It reduces the tactical windup by 20%. If you've been playing for a while, everyone knows that Wraith's tactical used to be almost instant. It was very fast. You could easily use it to get out of any situation. That's why she was like such a good top tier pick. They nerfed that, of course, adding on the extra animation like this. Takes it a smidge longer, but that smidge has a hindrance. With the fast phase perk, it looks like this. Definitely much faster, much more like its old self, to be honest. I know Wraith players are gonna be happy about that. I'm disgusted. I don't like Wraith players. I feel like anyone who's watched my channel knows that, and I'm sorry if you're a Wraith player. I don't like you. But yeah, that's it. That's all the perks I've gone through. I hope I did a good job. I've never done a video like this before. I don't usually do breakdown videos like this, and this is actually my second time having to record this. This was supposed to go up Thursday, not today, but my microphone fucked up and I ended up recording for almost 2 hours and losing all that footage. So if you've seen this video, it means the microphone didn't fuck up. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and I'll see you in the next one.